welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are back with another video. Yes, we are. I am so excited to be back. I know it's only been a week, but I just love sitting down and chatting to you all. I hope you've all had a really good week. I hope you've been really well. And yeah, we do have a fair bit to talk about today, guys. Obviously, quite a bit has happened since we last spoke, so excited to get into the video. But yeah, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if not already subscribed, guys. I mean, come on, get subscribing. And please make sure you follow all of my social media if you don't already follow me. But yeah, guys, shall we just get into the video? Yes, we should. Now, I know I've said this 1,000 times, but I hate the international break. Like, 2 weeks without the real football. Like, it just feels like forever. How am I meant to cope? How are we meant to cope? Seriously. But anyway, on to Burnley. Where do I even start with that game? Like, oh, wow. There were just periods of the game that were like, mind-blowing. But then there were also periods where we controlled the game. So, yeah, it's weird because at points we did look brilliant, but there were points where I was like, where is this game going? We should have been 3 to 4-0 up by half time. But as per usual, we couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. It's just so frustrating now. I thought Bruno, Cunha and Brian were absolutely fantastic. I feel like Cunha and Brian are fitting in nicely. And fingers crossed that Cunha isn't out for a while. I couldn't believe that we was only 1-0 up by half time. And yes, the goal was fortunate, but we deserved that bit of luck. The ball into the box from Bruno and the header from Casemiro was absolutely class. I did think that we lost our way a little bit in the second half. Because of that, the game became a little bit scrappy. It was just very end to end. Burnley seemed to score out of nowhere. Dalot was caught out as usual and allowed the cross into the box. It's just a reoccurring theme every week now. Once the ball came in, we just seemed to panic, and before you knew it, it was 1-0. However, we did respond brilliantly to the setback though. We just seemed to go straight out the other end and retook the lead. And Dalot made up for his mistake by picking out Brian in the box for his first goal at Old Trafford. Oh, it was just beautiful. Unfortunately, that didn't settle us down, and Burnley managed to equalise again. It was more comical defending, which wasn't held by Atale, flapping at a shot that he should have saved comfortably. To be honest, I wasn't sure that we had it in us to go again. But fair play to the players, because we did. No matter who you are playing against, last minute winners are just magical. It just always feels that little bit sweeter. Bruno was the main man, stepping up for that penalty, knowing full well if he'd missed it, there would have been a full-on meltdown. The pressure that was on him was huge. I thought Sesko improved the attacking threat when he came on. Now, I know he's not fit yet and there is a long way to go, but he gave us a focal point and looked like a handful. And unfortunately, he was unlucky with a couple of headers. Obviously, guys, the transfer window is now done. I think overall we can't really complain about the recruitment that we've made over the summer. We brought in a total of 5 players, if you include Leon. The 3 new forwards should make a massive difference to us over the season. Now, our final bit of business came on deadline day. We finally signed a new goalkeeper, and thank God! Senne Lammens is very highly rated and he is only 23. If he develops as expected, he could be our goalkeeper for the next decade. I'm just not sure he's quite first team ready yet, but I do think he gets integrated a lot sooner rather than later. I can see him starting games in a month or so, and I do think Atale will remain in goal until then. When Lammens does get a start, we need to be patient patient with him. We just need to let him feel the love. Being Manchester United's #1 is different to any other club around the world, and he will know this. He won't experience anything like it anywhere else, and we need to get behind him. I think we've done well to move on certain players as well. Renato and Anthony have left on permanent deals. I mean, the Anthony one came out of nowhere, but I'll take that. We've retained a 50% sell-on clause also. Højlund has gone to Italy on loan, and I wish him all the best. I guarantee you he will score goals at Napoli. I think it's expected that him and Rashford's loans will become permanent moves by the end of the season. Let's hope so anyway. We managed to move Sancho on also. Miracles really do happen. I have to admit, the move to Villa completely came out of the blue. It will be interesting to see how he does there, and if I'm being honest, I expect us to be in the same position with him next summer. So tell me guys, how would you rate this transfer window? I personally would give it a 7.5 out of 10, but it does have potential to be an 8 or 9 out of 10. So comment below what you would rate it, guys. But yeah, that is my score. So I thought I would talk a little bit about our new goalkeeper, Lammens. At 6'4", he's huge. He should provide that physical presence we've been lacking. I do think what we need to keep in mind is that he is only 23. He's not the finished product yet, and he needs time. Just 18, he was scouted by Barcelona, and it was suggested that he might turn into Ter Stegen's successor. He turned that move down and signed for Club Brugge instead, as he did hope for more game time. And fair play to that. He stayed there for 3 years, but he didn't get much game time. So he left on a free and signed for Royal Antwerp. And this is where he really made a name for himself. In the 24-25 season, he had the most saves and the highest save percentage in the Belgian Pro League. He also ranks in the top 1% for crosses stopped in the same period. I know the standard here is higher, but this is a huge upgrade on what we have currently. I'm not a fan of XG, but if that's something you're into, then here's another stat for you. Lammens conceded 14.5 goals less than expected last season. He's also comfortable with the ball at his feet. So you can see why some of Europe's top clubs were after him. He's been in a few recent Belgian squads, but he is yet to make his full debut. And I'm sure that's not far away now. I don't even know why I'm bothering, guys. I had a nightmare in the FPL again. At this stage is so embarrassing. I had hoped to roll my transfers going into the international break, but with injuries and doubt, I was forced to make changes. It didn't help that Larson wasn't involved, and Dorgu and Jorginho started on the bench. I transferred out Palmer and Gil at Spurs and Wood at Forest. Both had favourable fixtures, and I did think they would haul. But how wrong was I? Yeah, both Spurs and Forest were poor, and they lost. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do next week. I've considered the wild card, but I just don't think we know enough yet. I do see that everyone is jumping on Isak, but I'm not sure he starts. I am considering one possible transfer next week, but I will be holding out until next week before I decide, guys. So make sure you follow my X, and I will be posting my team there when it's ready. But yeah, we've come to the end of another video, guys. I hope you've all enjoyed just as much as I did sitting down and talking to you all and telling you some fun stats about our new goalkeeper. But yeah, I hope you all have the best week, guys, and I will be back next week, obviously, with another video, so don't worry. I'm here to make your international break more interesting. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you've got to the end of this video, then I love you millions. Thank you so much. And before we go, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed. Come on, guys, get subscribed. And please make sure you follow all of my social media if you're not already following me, because I will be there every day to keep you occupied during this time. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to comment below if there's anything that you want to talk to me about, and I will reply to my comments. And have a brilliant week, guys. I look forward to seeing you all in my next video.